Hey guys, so if you watch my videos, then you know that I have been trying to make my own eyeshadows, and I did not have an appreciation for a good matte eyeshadow formula until I tried to make my own. I've had some success making shimmery eyeshadows, but yeah, matte eyeshadows are hard. And if you research this on the internet, you'll find that everyone else says the same thing, that matte eyeshadow formulas are very difficult. It's a struggle. So I am still trying to figure that out. So my appreciation for the people who can make a good matte eyeshadow has gone through the roof. And today I am going to tell you who I think makes the best matte eyeshadows. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the quality of the ingredients they use or what it is, but the people who make the best matte eyeshadows are high-end brands. However, I will give you some recommendations for more affordable brands too. But let's start with the creme de la creme. Best matte eyeshadows I've ever used were from the following brands. Blend Bunny Cosmetics. This palette right here is all mattes. And the first time I ever used this palette, I was like, whoa, oh my God. The whole time I was using it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So yeah, the Blend Bunny Blends palette is maybe the best matte eyeshadows I've ever used, and it's a whole palette full of them. So let's take one more look at this. So yes, there are a lot of bright colors, but there are neutrals on the bottom row too. So yeah, that is an amazing accomplishment. My hat's off to the people at Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Now, another brand that the first time I ever used their matte eyeshadows that I went, whoa, 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 whoa. Natasha Denona. If you like warm eyeshadows, the Biba palette is absolutely incredible, the Biba mini palette. Now, I have some other eyeshadow palettes by her too, so I think that you pretty much can't go wrong with Natasha Denona. Her formulas are incredible, but the mattes are exceptional. Yeah, just amazing. Now, another brand that I absolutely love their matte eyeshadow formula is Melt Cosmetics. Now, I just did multiple videos recently about these eyeshadow palettes that I picked up this past month, but I've had Melt before, and you pretty much can't go wrong with their matte shadows. They are amazing, and I really, really am impressed by their matte eyeshadow formula. Okay, now who else? Urban Decay. When they re-released this, I couldn't wait to jump on it because the shade Naked is maybe my favorite matte eyeshadow of all time, just because there's something about this particular shade. You can pop that in the crease and then put anything you want on your lids and you're good to go, because it's got a slight warmth to it, but it's not too warm. And on my light skin, this is not overwhelming if I use it in the crease. It's coming off on camera as being very, very light, but in real life it's actually a little bit darker. But yeah, Urban Decay matte shadows are so good. Now the next one, you're probably going to say, oh, I don't think that brand's matte shadows are that good, but hold on, hear me out. MAC. Now, there was a time when MAC matte shadows were known for being dry and chalky and not very good, but something happened along the way over the years, and I think they reformulated them, because I would agree with that original assessment, but all the MAC matte eyeshadows I have bought in the last few years have been top notch, really good. This is my favorite. This is soft brown. And just like Urban Decay Naked, you can put this in the crease, put anything you want on your lids, and call it a day because it's just the perfect matte eyeshadow. So if you've never tried MAC matte eyeshadows, I highly recommend soft brown. It's like the ultimate shade from MAC. And the last high-end brand whose matte eyeshadows are excellent is Jeffree Star. This is the Scorpio palette. There's loads of great mattes in here. If you're looking for something neutral to put in the crease and call it a day, this shadow right here is the one. However, there is a caveat with his shadows. They are so pigmented that they are not really an eyeshadow per se, they are pressed pigments. So you're going to get staining. So if that drives you crazy, then you may not want to go this route. But yes, his matte eyeshadows are very, very good. And I mean, you'll never be lacking in pigment because they are pressed pigments. So that's what I would recommend from high-end brands. Now, from more affordable brands, oh, wait a minute, I do have one more. I just saw it on the pile here. I have one more recommendation for high-end brands, Dose of Colors. Dose of Colors, this is the Pretty Cool palette. Their matte formula is excellent, really, really excellent. So, sorry about that. I just saw it when I looked over at my piles of affordable brands. So for affordable brands, I'm only going to give you 3 recommendations. e.l.f. e.l.f. matte shadows are great. The I Love You Latte palette is an awesome neutral palette, and so isn't Summer Breeze. When I removed the safety seal, it had the name on it. That's why I had to put a little tag on there. But yeah, their matte eyeshadows are very good, and even the brightly colored ones are very good. Yeah, I really think that, you know, if you're looking for an affordable matte shadow, e.l.f. is excellent. Now, another brand that I would highly recommend is Profusion. They release these limited edition palettes all the time, and they come in lots of bright colors. Really excellent, excellent quality matte eyeshadows. And also, if you can still find them, the 10-pan palettes. These are all matte. Not all the palettes are matte, but these 2 ones are. And they're bright colors in the Spectrum and then pastel in the pastel palette, but really great matte formula. And the last one I'm gonna recommend for affordable matte eyeshadows is Wet n Wild. Specifically, there are some that are better than others. If you like neutrals, the Always Blushin' and the Always Naked palettes. The mattes in these palettes are top-notch, best that Wet n Wild does for neutrals. However, for bright colors, the Fantasy Makers palettes that come out right at Halloween time, and they will probably be launching again in August. These are great. Here's just some examples. There's Boogie Nights. Here's another one. This one was broken when I got it, unfortunately. Eyes of the Dragon. Hollow Queen. And this is Hollow Queen from the year before, because they change. They're not exactly the same every year. So you can see that it's different shadows, different layout. So yeah, they make subtle slight changes so that if you collect them, you can have some of the same shades, but not all the same shades, just for something different every year. But those are my recommendations for matte shadows. Those are the best I've ever tried. And anything within those high-end brands that is their matte shadows is a safe bet. So, you know, if you want to try other palettes or whatever from those brands, not the ones that I showed, go for it. You won't be disappointed. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.